Ahoy, salty dogs! My name is Lenscap. Welcome back to Stonehearth and to the budding metropolis of one house that is Capopolco. So we're currently paused. We're under attack, and we'll deal with this guy in just a second. He looks a little bit bigger, actually, than the gravelings that we fought before. He's a stoneling, so he is better. But I'm sure it's nothing our army of 3 can't deal with. As we start this episode, like I hope to do every episode going forward, we're gonna go ahead and name the new people that we got from the previous episode. I have compiled a list of people in the comments of names that people in the comments have suggested to me. So if you want your name to appear in the game, drop on down to that comment section, leave a comment with the name that, with your suggestion, and, hopefully we'll see you in an episode. You'll show up. Let's go ahead and grab our guys, and we'll go ahead and rename them too. So these 2 guys are new to us. Now, for those astute viewers, will have already noticed that these are different than the last 2 Hearthlings that we got in previous episodes and in last episode, and that is because some weird stuff. I mean, it's an alpha game. Some weird stuff happened. I had to redo a little bit of the last episode, but we're picked up back to where we were previously, and ready to roll here. So let's go ahead and change names here. This guy gets to be Z Alpha Nerd. So thank you for the suggestion, and I've got you. Welcome aboard, Z Alpha Nerd. And this person, we're going to rename T. So T, thank you for the suggestion as well. Again, I can't guarantee that you're going to get necessarily like the job you want or even gender specific or anything, but I can basically just promise that I'll add you in here eventually. We've got room for 50 names, so okay. One thing I want to point out is this morale meter. So each of your Hearthlings kind of has a morale kind of thing, and that determines like how happy they are with their life. And our Hearthlings right now are not very happy with their lives, but this will improve. So don't worry about this too much. Okay, let's go ahead and move on with this. Let's take care of this stoneling. So let's grab our warriors, our 3 warriors, and we'll just move to attack and play the game. They're gonna take this guy out. They should be able to make pretty quick work of him. Let's just make sure they're not gonna give us too much trouble here. Gustav, you're stomping face, but you're taking a little bit of damage, so let's just kind of keep an eye on these guys and make sure that nobody's gonna die. I don't want any catastrophic, it's only episode 3. We don't want any deaths yet. Definitely not. Okay, Maddie, you move over here. Just run away real quick. Okay, this is starting to become a little bit of a fight. Maybe we get the rest of the Hearthlings to help as well. Uh-oh, we might need some more people. We might need to get some backup. Let's cancel our combat order. Let's take our entire group and tell them to come over here. That way the other townspeople can help fight off this menace that is the Stoneling. You guys just move over here. We're having a lot of trouble. So now the other Hearthlings can help us out a little bit too. And our warriors will continue to like tank all the damage, but our other guys can start dealing some damage too. Hopefully nobody dies. In this game... Alright, we killed him! Good job! Good job, Gustav. You leveled up. Good job. Okay, so now these guys need to take a nap for sure. They need some help. And where is our alchemist? Get on it, homie. Okay, anyway, let's turn off town alert mode. In the previous episode, we built a little cabin shack kind of thing for our carpenter. And I figured in this episode, we could go ahead and kind of decorate it, clean it up, and get it ready for use. So what we want to do, let's move some things into place. I think the first thing he needs is going to be definitely his workbenches, right? The carpenter's going to need those. So let's move the 2 workbenches. Move them to right next to each other. And we're going to need some storage for lumber and that sort of stuff. So I think let's go ahead and fence in a yard first. Yeah, let's do that first. So we'll grab our fence gates. We're going to want one. Let's put one here. Yeah, let's put one here on the side of the house. And we'll put the other one over on this side. Now, this doesn't really do much over here, but I think eventually we're going to try and put like some docks and things all the way around the edge of the place. Okay, so let's build him a little fenced-in area. It doesn't have to be a huge area. That's actually probably big enough. And we'll just place down a bunch of these fence pieces. Our hearthlings will go and grab them as necessary. And okay, that concerned me a little bit, that these don't quite line up. So I think what we're going to have to do is let the hearthlings move these things and then adjust where the fence placements are. If you see here, so I'll show you what I'm saying because I didn't really explain that very well. This fence piece is 3 blocks wide, right? If you look at the grid underneath it, it's 3 blocks wide. Well, the center post aligns with the fence post of the gate. So that's no bueno. We don't want we don't want gaps like that. So we're gonna have to do something about that. And then there's also a concern that this quite won't line up either. So, but let's take care of the one we can, and that's gonna be pretty easy. We can just pick up the gate and let's move it this way one. So it's kind of inset in the in the wall a little bit. The hearthlings have no problem using it that way though, but that'll help it line up a little bit better with our building. We can work off of this now and place down the fences from here to kind of make sure that other dimension works properly. And if it doesn't, we'll have to adjust that other gate. And yeah, it looks like that doesn't quite line up either. Okay, so this gate has to move, kind of do the same kind of thing as we did before. But this is the reason I don't like to do these things as part of the building. It just makes it so much easier to adjust later when you have to make these little adjustments. Alright, let's let the hearthlings put these fence posts down, and I'll move the rest of these into position where they need to go. And then from there, we can start decorating the yard a little bit better. Oh, they put that one in the wrong spot. Okay, so let's fix this. Whoops. Alright, but I'm just positioning the last few fence posts here. That's probably good enough for now. They're going to move it in a second. Okay, so that's placed, and there, that's the last one. So now we can kind of clean up our workman's area here a little bit. The first thing we're going to need for our carpenter is we're going to need 2 good things. We're going to need a place to store wood and lumber, and a place to store the things he crafts. We almost have enough for our daily update, but not quite. So hopefully we'll get there soon. And I think, okay, but back to storage. So I think the easiest thing for us to set up are some crates and boxes and things. And we might make a little stockpile for crafted goods as well. But let's go ahead and place down some crates. We'll do some small crates and a combination of small and large crates in various spots. They don't have to, like, they need to be accessible, but they don't have to, what am I trying to say? I'm not quite sure. I'm totally lost my train of thought there. Okay, so anyway, while we're waiting for them to bring boxes and crates and stuff, let's go ahead and think about the inside of the house. So our carpenter is going to need a bed. Let's go ahead and give him a bed, and we'll give him a dresser as well. How have I got this set up? We've got it set up so that he can have a dining table here. And in fact, let's switch this slice mode to this so we can see where the walls actually are. In fact, I think we can do 2 dining tables. One here and one here. Oh, we've got a goblin attack. Looks like there are 2 goblins, and they've set up another house. Yeah, they really like to camp out right there. We definitely don't want that. How are our guys? Are they recovered from their fight with the stoneling? Nearly. Probably enough to take out 2 goblins. Okay, so let's unpause the game and get to it. You guys take out those goblins. Oh, what is that? Hold on. Okay, you guys fight the goblins. I'm gonna go over here. What is this? A big chest. It holds loot. Okay, we want this. A giant zombie. That's a little bit terrifying. Okay, I don't think we're ready to take out a giant zombie just yet. We're still having trouble with goblins. Okay, where are our guys? Chasing the goblins. Alright, so they're going to take out the goblins, and then I'll have them go and finish off the other goblin over here at camp. So they got him now. You guys aren't done yet, though. Come get this guy. Alright, and let's get back to our decoration. They're fine to take out that guy without my help too much. We want to give a rug here. And we made another table yet. We have not. But we have our chests here, so let's go ahead and assign the chests. These can be for wood and construction materials. So we'll assign all these chests for this. And then this way, the carpenter won't have to run back and forth as far to gain his materials for the things that he needs to craft. Let's place down some more storage for him. Though he's gonna need a lot of storage over here. And cool. So we're making some progress. Inside the house, I'm still waiting for him to make another table, but for now we can go ahead and put in some chairs. Let's put a chair here, and a chair here. Oh, more invaders, wow. Okay, we didn't really have a chance even to recover from the last invasion. Hard is certainly hard. Alright, let's take out these guys. And these little intlings, though, should be no trouble for our army. One thing we can do is take the farmer's bed, and now you can assign an owner. So, the carpenter's bed. So let's go ahead and assign the bed, so that now the carpenter will come, and now he knows that this is his house. I'm just placing down a few more decorative things. And I think one other thing I want to do, just to kind of finish off this house, is let's build a path in the backyard so it looks worn out and kind of like the carpenters used this yard. One way you can do this, there's several ways, and I've seen a lot of people do various things, but I like to kind of do a weird like hodgepodge path. Since this one's on grass, we can kind of make our path out of these wood blocks, kind of look like trodden dirt a little bit, like they've been walked on and trampled. And we're going to use a couple different colors, so we've got a medium shade, a dark shade, and a lighter shade. So we're going to kind of go to town with these colors and these blocks, and now we can throw on some of this lighter shade. And I don't want to replace every block, but we do want to replace, a bunch of blocks basically with these colors. Let's leave that one out. And that looks pretty good. So now we've got a little bit of a backyard path, so we can finish editing and build this, and they'll start building that. Another thing we'll do is when we get to roads, we can go ahead and do the same kind of thing, but with stone roads, so it looks like a cobblestone kind of path. In fact, we can go ahead and make a road over here to the mine. I do have, across this bridge, I put in a mine entrance. So we could do that. If we slice the terrain, you can see my mine's not much of a mine yet. But we'll get it there. Oh, I caught this guy before the alert even showed up. If you look right over here, we've got another stoneling. Now, the last stoneling we fought was really a lot of trouble. So, let's go ahead and prepare for him to be a problem. Let's just turn on town defense mode and play. And all the hearthlings are going to rush into the town. Yes, tell us about the stoneling. All the Hearthlings are going to rush in. Our fighters are going to go try and engage. And then we may need to recall the fighters. Because they still aren't all the way healed up from the last battle. So let's go ahead and actually recall them. So we can get the other Hearthlings to help us out. Come on, guys, you got this. Okay, so now the other Hearthlings are fighting, so we can let the warriors go and try and act as like a tank kind of thing. You see the ones jumping really high, that's a footman ability. That's definitely something useful. I see a lot of people getting hurt. But I think we'll be okay here. Even if they do get knocked out, you can have them carried back to a bed and healed, so to speak. So they're not dead, necessarily, when their heart gets emptied. They're just knocked out. Alright, but it looks like we took that guy out. And he was a problem, for sure. So, we might need to recruit another person for some combat stuff. Maybe if we got an archer on the scene? Let's see if we have the materials to get an archer. So to get an archer, we need a bow. To get a bow, we need a bolt of leather. To get a bolt of leather, we need a weaver. So maybe that's the next person we promote. Hopefully we can get somebody new in the next daily update. Alright, and here's the daily update. No, not enough food or net worth. So that's a problem. So that means we're going through our food. We're going to have to keep harvesting these berries for a little bit longer. Which, that'll put us over the food, but we didn't have the net worth anyway, so that's not that big of a deal. Okay, our guys are looking fine. Let's go ahead and start building or designing the road for the kind of pathways for our town, for our city. I think we're going to do the same kind of thing as we did at the farmer's place, but we're going to use stone instead of dirt, or instead of wood, to make it look more like a gravelly path. So basically what I'm going to do is just spam a bunch of blocks in kind of a path shape. And I don't want it straight, if possible. I want my path to kind of meander a little bit, because a straight path is a boring path. Let's see what that trader wants. If you'll make me 17 picket fence, he'll be back to give us 2 stone malls. Yeah, we'll do that. We should be able to do 17 picket fence without actually even changing anything. Oh, what's this? A royal herald approaches. Ho there, is this the new settlement of Capopolco? Monsieur Burleyhand said you'd be out here, but it's always a bit tough, touch and go in these early days. Shall we get started with the proclamation? Sure, that's us. By order of Princess Dania, First Lady of the Ascendancy, and in whose demencies you said, I don't know that word, and with the blessing of the Church of Plenty, and whose we all prosper. Yeah, ZZZ, we're snoring. All settlements that attain local renown will be hereby recognized as official Ascendancy townships, with the rights, privileges, and rewards thereof. Okay. What does that actually mean? Well, mostly that we write down your name in a ledger somewhere in case we ever remember to come back and collect taxes. Never mind then. I'm just joking. The royal ascendants have their hands full right now with the coronation and everything. Anyway, township status really means that you get a host of rewards and benefits. Okay. Indeed, by the princess's order, eligible towns that have proven their worth shall win access to architectural learning and wealthier caravans for trade. Okay. You may gain sufficient renown to advance a township in one of 3 ways: military glory, favor with the church, or the approval of the craftsmasters. Which sounds most interesting to you? Military, because we're playing on hard. Okay, to gain renown with the Order of Cid, you must display courage and valor. I shall give your mason a rest. We haven't on the mason yet. Quest for the ingredients to craft a monument worthy of your sword arm. Sounds good. Excellent. In addition to an appropriate monument, your town will also need to have accumulated a certain level of wealth. I shall leave the requirements to you, should you wish to consult them again, or should you choose a different path. Okay, thank you. Farewell. Cool, so now we have, this is the storyline of Stonehearth. We just started it, so now we have a quest to complete, and it looks like we need, for Cid's Valor, we need to build the Valor of Cid and attain a net worth of 4,000. We're way off from that right now. But the path is coming along. I'm just kind of cleaning it up so it doesn't look as square. It looks kind of square in a couple places, so I'm just working on that a little bit. Alright, so we've got 2 of the 3 colors in. This part did end up being pretty straight, but I think it's fine. Now for the last color is the dark one. I find that if you can really overdo this, but it looks good if you just kind of speckle it in a couple spots like this. And I'm just kind of eyeballing places where, just kind of putting it randomly for the most part. And that'll give our path a little bit more texture and kind of something interesting to look at. Got 2 right next to each other is a no-go, but maybe right there. Maybe right there. And let's put one right there. Cool. That's good. Let's go ahead and tell them to... Let's see, do we want to make any other adjustments before we start building? Whoops. Yeah, I think we need to spread this out a little bit more. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's put 1 block here. Fill in that one. This is looking a little thin right here, so... It's finicky. It's a little bit finicky. But that's why we're doing this. It's going to look awesome when we finish. Alright, perfect. So let's go ahead and finish this. So we deselect and then select it. Finish editing. Build. Yes. Now they're going to start building our road. With the carpenter's house, I want to do a couple of other things. We don't have any lights, so let's put some lights up. Let's give him a light in the front and a light in the back. We want to make sure he can see while he's working. And let's actually adjust the amount of lights he has maintained. He's got 2. Let's remove this and make it 4. So I never place just 2 lights. I always want more lights than that. Another thing we can place down is something I built, this log pile. This takes a lot of logs, but it looks pretty cool. It's a pretty good addition. And a couple of these, once we have enough extra wood, maybe another one of those will definitely make it look a little bit more lived in. Until then, let's place down a little stockpile for our guy, just a little one. This can be of wood and construction materials. And then the final thing we want to do, we want to work on clearing this area. Our ultimate goal is to not have this giant stockpile, so let's go ahead and turn off these things. And our hearthlings will start moving that stuff into the carpenter's storage. Oh, invaders! Okay, where are they, and who have we got this time? Oh, wolves this time. Okay, where's our army? It looks like they're already on it, so let's just let them do their thing. The wolves we found were actually pretty easy last time we fought them, so I'm not very concerned about the wolves. I did want to get back in here and finish decorating this house, though. It looks like our guy has finished the dining room table, so we can add in another table here. And we'll put in 2 more chairs. And the Hearthlings actually want the table and chairs. They will eat at them and stuff. They really enjoy that. It looks like we've also crafted a fine dresser. Since net worth is a problem for us, let's pick up this wooden dresser and put the fine dresser down in its place. I feel like our carpenter can handle having some fine furniture, being that he crafted it. Another daily update, and we just missed the net worth. Alright, we gotta do some more things to make our town cool. I think this road will help, but the biggest thing we can do is add more buildings. So let's start thinking about a farmer's house next. I want to spread it out a little bit. I want to ultimately have this entire island as our town. So let's go ahead and put the farmers area over here. And let's see if we can't come up with an interesting design for the farmhouse. Alright, so a rugged survivalist stopped by with wares, and they actually have bolts of leather. So I'm going to buy a couple of those, and we can start getting a bow crafted up. I think that'll be definitely helpful for us. I'm going to sell these fancy fence posts and this large fine crate as well, just so we can get a little bit of cash going. Here's a nice wall lantern. We might save that for our carpenter or something. Okay, and also we had some goblin thieves, so let's find these guys. They really like this area. What we may have to do is build something there to prevent them from spawning in that area anymore. Let's get our warriors on these goblins, though. But goblin thieves don't pose too much of a threat to us. Alright, the trader has returned. He's going to give us 2 stone mauls. So that'll improve our warriors a little bit, which is really nice. And looks like they're right here. As soon as somebody decides they're going to grab those and move them to a stockpile, then our warriors will go ahead and pick them up, which is super duper helpful. We definitely want to have those ASAP. In the meantime, though, let's go take out this guy. He's not really posing a threat, and they'll keep spawning in goblins if we don't, so. Alright, I've been working on this farmhouse a little bit. It's starting to become a farmhouse for sure. And we're going to have to add some fields and some stuff behind it. Maybe across the road as well. Yeah, that'd be cool. We'll add, that'll be our main source of food, I think. We may need to add another farmer pretty soon. Alright, so here's our farmer's house. It's a weird house. He's got a blue roof and a really ugly yellow floor. We might change this floor color. Let's give him a stone floor. Yeah, that's a lot better. This is a much fancier house than the carpenter has. I guess the farmer who supports the whole town is gonna have some wealth, so maybe he'll have a fancier house. Okay, let's have him build this and start building. We're gonna need some wood. We're running a little bit low on wood, so I actually sent them, the Hearthlings over here, to chop down a couple of trees. I kind of want to maintain the integrity of this island if possible, and leave the trees as they are where we can. So I don't really want to chop down trees from here, but I also don't want our guys to have to run way over here to get lumber, so it's kind of an interesting predicament. For now, they're just going to have to run over here for lumber. Hey, another daily update, and this time we got somebody. So let's go ahead and accept. And we've got Alex Mabel. Welcome, Alex. Oh, look at all these bushes over here. Wow, that's awesome. Alright, welcome, Alex. Let's take a look at their stats. What have you got for us, Alex? Right here. 1, 4, 3. Okay, so maybe an archer? Maybe a worker? Who knows? But we need a worker for now, so that's good. That's awesome. I'm glad we got him. I've got my carpenter working on a... Oh, let's see what he's got. Norm, do you have anything? Do I have anything I can sell quickly? Yeah, I think we're alright. We're just gonna leave that. I've got my carpenter working on some stuff. He should be building a bow any minute now. And I think we're going to promote Armand to archer as soon as the carpenter finishes his bow. Uh-oh, a giant wolf approaches. Okay, this might be a little bit more difficult than the regular wolves. Let's find out. The regular wolves don't pose that much of a threat anymore, but this guy is a lot bigger. Oh, he set our trapper on fire! Yeah, and Trapper's fighting back. Look at him. He's not down for that. That's amazing. Nailed it, and Gustav leveled up again. What a champion. Alright, you guys need to rest up. That was a tough fight. I wanted to end the episode promoting Armand to an archer. But I've been sitting here for like 25 minutes waiting for this stupid carpenter to craft the bow, and he just won't do it. So instead, I think what we're going to do is promote, who we got here? Promote Divid to a priest, to a cleric. Our warriors are getting hammered. I had 2 fights in between the last clip and this one, and our warriors had a pretty tough time of it. So I think a cleric is going to be useful. That way he can like, follow them down and heal them as they need it. We are going to need somebody to replace the cleric as our herbalist. So I think we're going to make Prez our cleric. Our herbalist, yeah. So that way we've got all of our bases filled. We're still down to just 2, whatchamacallums, 2 workers now. But look, our cleric's already doing the work and healing up our fighters. I think that was definitely something we needed to do. Alright guys, well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like the video, continue. You guys are doing awesome with the likes and support on this series. If you want your name in the series, make sure you put a comment with a recommendation for your names. And I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned.